What's up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie BBQ. What I'm going to be making today is going to be some Mango Habanero Baby Back Ribs. This video is in collaboration with another barbecue channel by the name of Rich's River Smokers West Virginia, the YouTube channel that has the longest name in YouTube history. Anyway, we were kind of discussing a few things, and we decided to come up with a collaboration, and our collaboration was come up with your most unique rib. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be my most unique rib, but it's going to be some unique ribs. Now, I know he's going to struggle with this a little bit because he's a competition cook, and you know how them competition barbecue people get used to doing the same thing over and over and over again. So anyway, I'm looking forward to see what he does. It's going to be nice to see a competition cook step outside that box. Anyway, for these ribs, the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to kind of brine them. They're going to have a chance to brine for about 15 to 17 hours. What we're going to be using in this right now and down the road is I have some frozen mango concentrate. We're going to go ahead and add that to our, we're going to use about half. I'm going to reserve half for later on. There, that's closer. That's going to be part of our glaze down the road. It's going to be awesome. So we got the mango concentrate in there. We're going to add some salt. And when it comes to a brine, it does not need to be specific. I know there's people that have these specific recipes and stuff. Just get some flavor in there. Don't worry about it. Alright, so we got the salt. Now we're going to have, I have 3 habaneros, which are rough chopped up. We're going to give this a good stir. I'm not going to add any sugar to this brine since that concentrate should have enough sugar in it. Now that we have that knocked out, I have my rack of ribs cut in half. We're going to go ahead and throw these in a Ziploc bag. We're going to get our marinade in here. Let me throw this in this plastic thing. Alright, we're going to throw this brine on top. And this is going to go in the refrigerator for 15 to 17 hours. And then tomorrow we're going to rub them down and get them on my Camp Chef smoker. See you then. So these ribs have had a chance to brine for about 17 hours like I was thinking. I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not earlier, but I'm going to leave a link to Rich's channel up here in the iCard above and the description below. I'm pretty excited to see what he has to cook. Anyway, I did rinse off a little bit of that, a little bit of the brine because there's some habanero still on there. Now what I'm going to hit it with is I have some garlic habanero seasoning from Weber Grills. So we're just going to go ahead, and we're not going to go too heavy on this. And I'm going to let that seep in, and then we're going to hit this other side here in about 10 minutes. We've let that rub seep into the back side of these ribs. We're going to go ahead and knock out the top side. And I have my Camp Chef coming up to temperature. We're going to be smoking it at 250 degrees. We should be able to get them on the smoker in about 15 minutes. We got this smoker up to 250 degrees. We're just going to go ahead and throw these racks on. I'm going to let them go at least 3 hours, and we're going to kind of play it by ear from there. Our ribs have been on the smoker for about an hour and a half. It's time for us to just start whipping up a glaze. I have no recipe for this. We're just going to kind of put this together as we go along. Anyway, I have the other half of the mango concentrate and some water in this blender. I'm going to hit it with just a little bit of cilantro for a little bit of color and flavor. I have 2 habaneros. We're going to go with about, let's say about a quarter of a medium-sized onion. Now, the onion, I'm using it for flavor, but I'm also using it, onion can kind of be a thickener, so we're going to kind of use that to thicken it up. I have half of a lime. Gonna go ahead and get that in. Alright. Gonna get this blended up. Shouldn't take long. Alright, so that's the beginning of our sauce. Now what we're going to do is get over the stove and finish hooking this up. We are over at the stove. I poured that mixture into this pot. We're going to be on medium-low. I did kind of taste it a little bit, and I know it's going to reduce, but I do know we're going to need a little bit of salt. So let's go ahead and add some of that. And it has like that mango kind of a sweetness, but we're going to go with a little bit of honey in that too. And we're going to cook this down for about an hour. We're going to want it to get kind of a thick, syrupy kind of a consistency. So these ribs have been on the smoker for about 4 hours. I didn't spray them down or do anything like that for the whole time they were on here. We're going to go ahead and take these ribs off, let them cool down, and get to the next step. Got those ribs off of the grill. I let them cool down a little bit. Now we're going to go ahead and cut them into individual ribs. And I turned the ribs over just to make it easier for me to see where the ribs are or where the bones are. And I'm going to cut up all of these racks like this. When we're done with that, we're going to get on to the next step. So I got some oil heated up to about 335 degrees. What I'm trying to do is kind of come up with almost like a chicken wing concept to these ribs. So we're going to go ahead and get these in. And remember, I only cooked these ribs for about 4 hours, so I'm going to let these go for a few minutes, and we're going to set them on a broiler pan to drain off. These ribs have been frying for about 4 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and take them off now. We're going to set them on a broiler pan just to drain off. And once they're done draining off, we're going to go ahead and get some sauce on them and go ahead and taste them. Now it's time for us to go ahead and apply this sauce. Now, one thing I did do with that sauce that I didn't show on video earlier was I did go ahead and add a little bit of apple cider vinegar to it. Let's go ahead and add this to our ribs. And that is a nice looking glaze. I'm going to bring you guys in for a close up on this here in a little bit. We're just going to kind of toss them around a little bit. And I'm going to get these plated up and give you a little visual on it before we hit this taste test. Alright, so this is the moment of truth. I have never done ribs like this, so you know what? Let's see what's up with these ribs. That is some good stuff. A little hot. Ooh. Those are some good spicy ribs. Totally different aspect frying them. I think you dig it. If you're tired of the same old regular ribs. That glaze, great addition. As a matter of fact, I can just see me throwing those on some regular ribs, but my collaboration with Rich at Rich's River Smokers, West Virginia, was to come up with our most creative ribs. So hopefully this satisfies the requirement. Run by Rich's page, take a look and see what he had going on. Again, I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.